Alright, what is up everybody? Coming back at you with another knife review on the channel today. And we have got a cool one today. Little bit newer knife, not really, but it's a newer iteration of a knife. Hinderer's been doing this thing the last few years where they're bringing knives back just with the tri-way system. So it seems like they go through spurts of what they make. You know, I had an XM18 to start with, and I really liked it, but it was the recurve, and I didn't love the recurve, but I ended up selling it, moving it along. Then I got my Eclipse about a month or two ago. Absolutely love this thing. Fantastic action. Just a really great example of a solid Hinderer knife. And this made me want another Hinderer. But I didn't just want another XM18. I had one, and for me, this is just a better XM18. So I decided to go something a little different, and I picked up a firetac. Now, this is one of those knives, when I first saw it, I was like, it doesn't really appeal to me at all. But after, you know, seeing more videos, seeing people with it, it kind of grew on me. Kind of like the Sharp by Design Apex. At first, I didn't love it. It grew on me. I got it, and now I really like the knife. So, 35th anniversary. Get an extra sticker. You got your hand-assembled card. And, of course, your tri-way pivot stuff. Put it back in the box with all the other tri-way pivot stuff. It's the best place for it, if you ask me. But here is the knife, and I picked this one up in the working finish. As you can see, I've had stonewash like this one before, and then stonewash bronze. So I went working finish, and this one's working finish on the lock bar side as well. You just got raw titanium hardware and a Coyote G10 handle. Nothing special. Now, the firetac itself is almost kind of a plain looking knife, especially on the back side. I have carried it a little bit. I carried it all day today at work. Got some use in. Stabbed myself. But didn't drop it though. But I gotta tell you guys, I really like this little knife. As far as just like an EDC, just an EDC daily workhorse, this is your knife. The shape of it, you have fantastic ergonomics. It's more neutral. You know, they've kind of got a guided area for your finger, but you don't have to be up in there. You can choke back, you can choke up, get your thumb on there. They've got this little thumb ramp here with some jimping, and you can get on that and do some good cuts. I find myself pushing up more. I'm left-handed, so let me hold it there. I find myself about right here. If I'm going to make some strong cuts, or, you know, just grab it like this, push through. Really, really good ergonomics in the hand. It's a fairly thin knife overall with a little bit thinner blade stock. Came perfectly centered. I have disassembled it, cleaned it, lubed it, and reassembled it. But very easy to get perfect centering on it. Now, thickness-wise, compared to the Eclipse, decent amount of difference there, as you can see in the blade stock and everything else. I guess I should do that where you can see it, huh? Doesn't look extremely thinner compared to it, but when you're looking at it like this, it looks much thinner. And in the hand, obviously, the Eclipse is just a much thicker knife, and you know, it feels like a true Hinderer. I called this knife the Slim Midi of the Hinderers, as like the Slim Midi for Medford. Doesn't feel like a Medford, but it's a very nice knife. This doesn't really feel like a Hinderer, but it's a very nice knife. That's my fault when I'm doing that. I'm putting my thumb like on top of the ramp and missing. I need to get behind it. So that's my fault. It's not really the knife's fault. Now, action on this guy. Fantastic Hinderer bearing action. I swear the tri-way system really brought the life back into these Hinderers. We'll see here, guillotine to the thumb. turn it up, and it wants to fall, but just the tiniest shake, and we're there. And sometimes if you get a good drop and then turn it up, it'll fall. Now, something really cool on this one, obviously, is this thumb disc. And this thumb disc is just perfectly done. I've had the ZT0640 with the thumb disc, and I tell you what, from a factory thumb disc, they couldn't have done much better. You've got the good kind of diamond knurling on that. And then from the front, it's a very attractive thumb disc as it slopes back there. It's not just flat. And then from the back, you know, you're able to really get on there. And for me, it works much easier than thumb studs, because with thumb studs, you don't have as big of an area to hit. You kind of got to get right on them. With this, you've got a much wider, because I could hit it up at the top and still get it. I can come from the bottom and get it, and come right through the middle and get it. And especially on the reverse flick, you got to get right on that thumb stud, and sometimes it's even hard and it kind of hurts. With this one, I can get behind it and I can tuck the nail there. There's two ways to reverse flick for me: either tuck the nail or you put the meat of your finger on it there and push. I'm able to fully tuck the nail and get a true flick in, which you can see the difference. Here's a push, comes out, and here's a flick. Really shoots it out there with the flick. Same thing left-handed. I'm able to fully tuck the nail and get a good flick out, and it feels good as well. You can see right here, you've got your Tri-Way logo. Man, the action just really is nice. So I believe we've got like right around a 3.7-inch blade, right around 8.25 inches overall. So it's a full-size knife. But it hides in the pocket well, where it's pretty thin, not super tall, has a really good pocket profile. Got your standard Hinderer clip here. I love Hinderer's clips. This one's fairly tight on retention in comparison here, but it worked good in and out of the work pants today. No issues there. You do get your standard filler tab with the hardware. These right here, as well as the pivot, are the same as on the XM18. The Eclipse is a T6. But yeah, like I said, with that bearing action, just a super smooth knife. Deployment was great. Very thin blade, thin behind the edge, really good cutting geometry there. You can do some good slicing with it. Just really well suited for light duty EDC tasks, you know, stuff like I would use it for, nothing crazy. No really hard use there. The detent on this knife is, I guess you could call it a little on the light side. You still get a lot of good snap out of it. I don't have any issues with that. You saw at the beginning there, I kind of light flicked it, but that's more so me not getting on it when I really dig in and do it like I should. Flicks out, no issues. To throw it out, let's see. Yeah, a little on the lighter side. And I've seen that complaint on these. To slow roll it, it would be about perfect. But it's not light enough where it's an issue. But it's on the lighter side. But overall, they've just made a really good standard EDC knife. There's nothing too special about it. It doesn't excel, you know, crazily in one category. It just does everything well. And it just makes it a really good knife overall. And I do really dig this thing. Ease of use is good. Nice and slicey. Plenty of blade, not a big pocket profile, light overall. And like I said, it's just a perfect EDC knife. Now, I will give them props. This is the sharpest Hinderer I've ever got out of the box. I have not stropped this knife at all. I've done nothing to the edge, and it is pretty dang sharp. I'll show you in comparison to my clips. I have stropped this. As you can see, nowhere even close. So very happy with that. You know, they went the extra step to get a really nice edge on this, where it is more of a slicey knife, and I appreciate that. But yeah, great things coming out of Hinderer. You know, 35th year anniversary here in 2022, and they're still killing it. Got this thing, drop shot action like that, 0 blade play, 0 lock rock, and it drops like that. I mean, can you ask for much better? I don't think you can. So overall, I would definitely recommend this. If you can find one, I'd go ahead and pick one up. It'll make you a great EDC knife. I see this getting a good amount of pocket time. You know, just for what it is, it's nothing crazy. I love my Eclipse. It's a workhorse. I've carried it quite a bit. But it's still almost so nice. I just don't want to mess it up. This is still a really nice knife, but with the working finish and everything, you know, I don't have any issues carrying this around and using it. But yeah, guys, please feel free to subscribe. Just hit 300 the other day. Very happy about that. We're on the road to 500 now. Check out some of my other videos. I've got my Sharp by Design Apex video up. Really sweet new knife by Brian Nadeau at Sharp by Design. Go check out the video on this one. It just dropped on Friday. And check out my page for plenty of other knife reviews, some shorts, and subscribe and stay tuned for more knife content coming weekly. And I appreciate you guys watching with me, and I hope you have a great day.